6 Whiskey Romeo, I've got a missing aircraft just south of the Laconia airport. Would you be able to circle back over to Laconia and see if you have an aircraft that's just south of Laconia for me?
Laconia traffic, Super Cub 816 Whiskey Romeo, departing runway 26 with a straight out departure to the west, Laconia.
Laconia traffic, Warrior 38549ers turning downwind, runway 26, Laconia. Laconia traffic, Bonanza 4490 Delta is going to stay in the pattern and going to return to the runway.
All right, we're going to head off to Lebanon. Engine gauges are green. Airspeed's coming alive. All right, today we're headed over to Lebanon. It's a towered airport. Take a lot of my students over there for their solo towered landings. We're going to check it out. Boston approach for Super Cub 816 Whiskey Romeo with a request.
Super Cub 816 Whiskey Romeo.
Yeah, just departed Laconia en route to Lebanon. Currently passing the 2,500 to 4,500. Request flight following.
Romeo, roger, and say destination.
Lebanon, Lima Echo Bravo.
6 Whiskey Romeo, squawk 5376.
5376, 816 Whiskey Romeo.
816 Whiskey Romeo, radar contact 2.5 miles to the northwest of Laconia Airport, Manchester altimeter 3046, say altitude.
3046, currently passing to 3,300 to 4,500, 816 Whiskey Romeo.
6 Whiskey Romeo, thank you.
Pretty cold morning here, about 27 degrees when we got up. Now about 37, crystal clear. Maybe a slight haze, but not really any clouds in the sky. Coming up on Route 93 here off my nose. Those windmills over there, or wind turbines, are all associated with Plymouth.
6 Whiskey Romeo, Boston.
Roger that, 816 Whiskey Romeo.
6 Whiskey Romeo, could you monitor the Laconia CTAF frequency and see if there's a number 44990 Delta that's on frequency there?
Roger, will do. 816 Whiskey Romeo. Boston approach, 816 Whiskey Romeo.
6 Whiskey Romeo, go ahead.
I'm not hearing anything over on the Laconia CTAF. I do believe that was a Bonanza that took off just before me. He was supposed to be heading off to the west, but he said he was going to stay in the pattern, and I took off right after him.
6 Whiskey Romeo, roger. That's 6 Whiskey Romeo, approach with a request.
Go ahead, approach.
6 Whiskey Romeo, I've got a missing aircraft just south of the Laconia airport. Would you be able to circle back over to Laconia and see if you have an aircraft that's just south of Laconia for me?
Roger, Wilco, 816 Whiskey Romeo, turning back toward the southeast Laconia.
6 Whiskey Romeo, roger. And if you could continue to monitor the CTAF, I do show that there's an aircraft in the pattern in November 38549er, but that's not the aircraft that we're looking for.
Roger, I'll keep an eye out for it. And by the way, I only have one radio, so I'll be swapping back and forth between the CTAF and the approach.
It's 6 Romeo Whiskey, November 6 Whiskey Romeo, roger. And once you're on CTAF, could you have November 549er or the aircraft that's in the pattern there call us?
Wilco.
Thank you.
Laconia traffic, is 38549 on?
Yes, Mark.
Yes, I've been talking with Boston Approach. The aircraft that took off just before me, Bonanza, seems to be missing, and they're looking for him. Have you heard him in the pattern at all?
I think I can see him over at the Gulf off of 26490 Delta.
Okay, is that Bonanza calling?
Roger, that's the Bonanza. I'll call approach.
Yeah, go ahead and call them. They're looking for you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right.
Boston approach, Bonanza 4490 Delta on the ground in Laconia.
Boston approach, 816 Whiskey Romeo.
6 Whiskey Romeo, say again?
6 Whiskey Romeo, I just was talking to 38549 and the missing aircraft. They're at the airport. He was going to switch over to talk to you and approach.
916 Whiskey Romeo, thank you, and I appreciate your help.
No problem. I'm going to resume my course headed to Lebanon.
Thank you. Resume on navigation altitude. Thank you again.
The Boston approach had a missing aircraft. Fortunately, I was able to go back and confirm that they were on the ground safely, and they'll be contacting Boston Approach. Oh, I put some heat on in here. Woo, chilly.
Departure Bonanza 4490 Delta, climbing 1,500 for 5,000 off of Laconia.
November 4490 Delta, Boston departure, ident, climb and maintain 8,000. November 816 Whiskey Romeo, appreciate the help again, contact Boston Center 134.7, good day.
134.7, 816 Whiskey Romeo, have a good day, thank you. Boston Center, 816 Whiskey Romeo with you at 4,500.
Center 816 Whiskey Romeo, Boston Center, Lebanon, altimeter 3048.
3048, 816 Whiskey Romeo. A little slow out here today. Got pretty good headwind, about 90 miles per hour, and for airspeed, and my ground speed is 81, so about a 9-knot headwind here. Making it a little bit slow to get out to Lebanon today. So we're staying south of this mountain because the wind is coming out of the west. Don't really want to go directly over the top, so I'm a little bit off course, but I'd rather stay a little bit south of that peak. Wow, look at these geese coming at me. See the fire tower on top of that mountain there? Foliage is way past. No, not a single leaf on any of these trees down here. And it's only November, 3rd? We can pick up the ATIS in Lebanon.
Good morning. Downway information 1400 weather. Wind variable at 3, visibility 10, sky clear. Temperature 03, dew point 03. Altimeter 3048. Arriving IFR aircraft and expect a visual approach. Landing runway 36, departing runway 25. All aircraft feedback hold short instructions and runway assignment.
All right, Lebanon should be off our nose here. It's hard to see. There's a mountain right in front of it, most of it. I can vaguely make it out, though.
6 Whiskey Romeo, you ready to go over to Lebanon Tower?
Roger that. I'm ready to switch.
6 Whiskey Romeo, ready to service terminus, Squawk VFR for exchange is approved. You have a great day.
Squawk VFR approved. Exchange approved. Have a good day. 816 Whiskey Romeo. Lebanon Tower, Super Cub 816 Whiskey Romeo, 12 miles to the east at 4,300, inbound.
And a Cub 816 Whiskey Romeo, say again please.
Roger, we are about 12 miles to the northeast, inbound, with information in Quebec.
Cub 816 Whiskey Romeo, make straight in, runway 25, report on a 3-mile final, altimeter 3048.
Straight in for 25, report a 3-mile final. 30.48, 816 Whiskey Romeo. So that runway is about my 11 o'clock, but it's hidden by the mountain that's just beyond that lake in front of me. Always difficult to see this airport until you're over it. Then when you do find it, you're too high. So we're going to go ahead and start thinking about getting down. So there's the city of Lebanon. Airport should be just beyond that. Never easy to see here. Lebanon Tower, 816 Whiskey Romeo, calling a 3-mile final, runway 25.
6 Whiskey Romeo, runway 25, cleared to land, the winds are calm.
Roger that, clear to land, 816 Whiskey Romeo. Looks like we're around Dartmouth area, for sure. And let's start slowing ourselves down, getting this airplane for a landing. Gas is where we want it. Undercarriage is down, mixture is rich, primer's locked, switches are on. Alright, I'm going to slow this puppy down. A little bumpy up here. Alright, we made it to Lebanon.
Cub 6 Whiskey Romeo, continue through the intersection, turn right at Bravo 2 and taxi to the ramp.
Cross through the intersection and get off at Bravo 2 to the ramp, 816 Whiskey Romeo.
I always enjoy taking my private pilot students to this airport because the tower and ramp staff are just so nice, and the airport isn't that crowded for first-time solo towered students. In addition, the FBO facility is fabulous for settling in and watching my students do their laps in the pattern. On several occasions, the tower offered me to come up and watch my students from the tower. Just a great place to come.
Lebanon, ground 816 Whiskey Romeo, holding short of runway 7, ready for departure.
Super Cub 8161 Whiskey Romeo, runway 7, clear for takeoff, report clear the Delta eastbound.
Roger that, cleared for runway 7, report when we depart the Delta area for eastbound Laconia. 816 Whiskey Romeo. All right, we're headed off back to Laconia. All right, now it's getting a little smoother. Going out of these hills, pretty rough.